His name was Ronald. Every morning he woke up before the sun, put on his uniform, and went to work. He did this for over 30 years. He never got a promotion, never started a business, never made more than $35,000 in a single year. And when he died, he left behind $8 million. Nobody knew, not his neighbors, not his coworkers, not even his own family. They thought he was just a quiet, frugal man who clipped coupons and drove an old car. But Ronald had a secret, and it wasn't a hot stock tip. It wasn't crypto. It wasn't luck. It was something so boring and so simple that most people walk right past it every single day. Something that's available to anyone watching this right now, whether you earn $25,000 a year or $250,000. In this video, we're going to show you exactly what Ronald did, step by step, the same strategy that turned a lifetime of ordinary paychecks into generational wealth. But first, forget everything you think you know about getting rich, because the story most people have been told about needing a high salary or a lucky break or some side hustle that goes viral is completely wrong. Ronald proved that. Let's show you how. Ronald James Read was born in 1921 in a small town in Vermont. He was the first person in his family to ever ride a school bus. After high school, he didn't go to college. He got a job at a gas station and spent 25 years working as a mechanic. When that closed, he became a part-time janitor at a department store. He drove a used Toyota. He wore flannel shirts held together with safety pins. He chopped his own firewood to save on heating bills. From the outside, Ronald looked like a man who had very little. When he passed away in 2014 at the age of 92, his estate was valued at $8 million. He gave $2 million to his local library, $4.8 million to a nearby hospital, and the rest to family. His attorney said he was an extremely private man. His stepchildren had no idea. His neighbors were stunned because Ronald wasn't hiding his wealth on purpose. He simply didn't think about money the way most people do. He wasn't building wealth to show it off. He was building it because it was the right thing to do, one quiet decision at a time. Here's something most people get completely wrong about money. They believe the path to wealth starts with a bigger paycheck. It doesn't. Consider two people. The first one, let's call him David. David is a doctor earning $350,000 a year. He has a $1.2 million mortgage, 2 car loans, private school fees, a country club membership, and 2 luxury vacations every year. At 45, David's net worth is negative. Then there's Sarah. Sarah is a school teacher earning $42,000 a year. She drives a 2009 Honda she owns outright, packs her lunch, and doesn't have cable. Every month without fail, she automatically moves $400 into an index fund. At 60 years old, Sarah has $1.1 million. Same country, same time period. Completely different outcomes. The difference wasn't income. It was the gap between what they earned and what they spent and what they did with that gap. That gap is everything. So what was Ronald actually doing with his money? He was buying index funds. And we know how that sounds. Boring. That's exactly the point. Here's what an index fund is in plain English. Imagine the 500 biggest companies in America. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Johnson & Johnson, Walmart, all of them. An index fund lets you own a tiny piece of all of them at once for roughly the price of a single share. So when the economy grows and those companies do well, you do well. You're not gambling on one company. You're betting on the entire American economy. And historically, that bet has paid off at around 10% per year on average. Now, some people ask, why not just pick stocks? Here's the data. Over any 20-year period, more than 90% of professional fund managers, people who do this full-time with teams of analysts and billions of dollars, fail to beat a basic S&P 500 index fund. 90% of professionals. If the experts can't consistently beat the market, what makes the rest of us think we can? Ronald didn't try to beat the market. He just bought the market and held it for decades. One more thing most people never think about: fees. An actively managed fund might charge 1% per year. That sounds small, but on a $1 million portfolio, that's $10,000 every single year, going to someone else. Index funds typically charge between 3 and 10 cents per $100 invested. The difference in fees alone can add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Ronald was keeping almost every dollar he earned. Now let's talk about the math and pay close attention here, because this is the part that changes how people think about money forever. Let's say someone invests $300 a month starting at age 25 into a simple S&P 500 index fund, earning the historical average of around 10% per year. After 10 years, they have around $60,000. After 20 years, around $200,000. After 30 years, $600,000. After 35 years, $1.1 million from $300 a month. But here's what makes this truly remarkable. Look at what happened in that final 10 years. From year 25 to year 35, the portfolio grew by $500,000. In one decade, more wealth was created than in the entire first 25 years combined. That is the power of compounding. The longer the money sits, the harder it works. Ronald held through the 1970s oil crisis, through Black Monday in '87, through the dot-com crash in 2000, through the financial crisis in 2008. He never sold. Every single one of those crashes recovered and then went higher. The people who panicked and sold locked in their losses. The people who held got rich. Understanding the strategy is one thing. Sticking to it for 40 years is another. Ronald had 4 habits that most people completely overlook. Habit 1. He automated everything. Ronald didn't wake up every month and consciously decide to invest. He set up an automatic transfer and the money moved before he could even see it. Out of sight, out of mind. This is the single most important financial move anyone can make, because willpower runs out, but automation doesn't. Habit 2. He never sold during a crash. In 2000, the market fell 49% and most investors panicked and sold at the bottom. Ronald held. In 2008, the market fell 57%. Ronald held. Every crash recovered. Every single one. Habit 3. He lived below his means, not miserably. He had a home, food, a car. But he didn't let his spending rise with his income. He didn't upgrade his car every few years or renovate his kitchen or spend money on things that wouldn't matter in 5 years. Every dollar he didn't spend went to work for him instead. Habit 4. He never told anyone. When people know you have money, they expect you to spend it. There's social pressure to look successful, to upgrade, to impress. Ronald opted out of all of it. His wealth was completely invisible, and that invisibility made it much easier to keep growing. Now some people will watch this and say, that was a different era, a different market. So let's look at the facts. The S&P 500 has averaged around 10% annually for over 100 years, through 2 world wars, through the Great Depression, through every recession and panic you can name. And the tools Ronald used are available to anyone right now, for free. Here's exactly what to do. Step 1. Open a brokerage account. Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab are all free with no minimums, and it takes about 10 minutes. Step 2. Choose one index fund. FZROX at Fidelity, VTSAX at Vanguard, or a simple target date retirement fund. Step 3. Set up automatic investing, even $50 a month, even $25. The amount matters far less than the habit. Step 4. Do not touch it. Don't check it every day. Don't sell when the market drops. Don't try to get clever. Set it up, walk away, and let time do the work. Ronald Read wore flannel shirts held together with safety pins. He drove a used car. He chopped his own firewood. And he left $8 million to the people and places he loved. He didn't need a raise. He didn't need a lucky break. He didn't need to be born into wealth or go to a prestigious university or know the right people. He needed time. He needed patience. And he needed a boring index fund that he never sold. The same tools are available right now to anyone willing to use them. If this video changed how you think about money, subscribe to Rio Finance. We post stories like Ronald's every week, stories of ordinary people who made extraordinary financial decisions.